Next, our Supervisor Dave Cortese. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm, like Rose, I'm very fortunate to represent this area of the Board of Supervisors, and like Rose, I once served as Vice Mayor, coming from the same district, so I know we're both very proud of the fact that Evergreen has, with all your support, has generated a couple of Vice Mayors for the city over the last couple of terms of office here, so thank you for supporting us. You know, we would be insulted, if you will. That sounds like a strong word, but if we weren't asked to help with a good cause like this, because the government system is really hard to navigate. And the reason that we're there is to help people navigate that system. And, you know, I want to first say to Don and Comerica, you got to get together. If you can get that down to a 30-second spot, you know, you've got to get in there. Up on TV or radio. So one of the best stories I've heard in putting a face on the kind of help you get from the banking industry when banks are doing the right thing. And I think so many of us know I've spent so much time besides public service in development and working through projects like this in my younger days. And we all know what it means to take that kind of risk and then to have the kind of partners who are willing to share the risk with you. So thank you for doing that. It's much bigger than what we do in the government sector, really, putting the capital out there. And then Vince, I became aware of this through Vince. I first met Vince when we were fundraising for one of the local churches about 80 years ago, right, Vince? So we're going to be celebrating, he's celebrating our 100th birthday soon. I'll invite you all back for that. Vince, as Rose said, like so many of you, and I'm sure so many of the partners, over 20 partners, investors involved in this, has been so involved in the community. Earlier, I presented him with a special commendation from the Board of Supervisors, not just for this work, but for the work that he's done as a volunteer in the community. Rose touched on that earlier. I won't go over all of that again. And it's not really something you can capture in a 3-minute speech anyway. It's a lifetime of work and commitment to the community. So we thank you for that. And we know, and I've become more acquainted and reacquainted with some of the investors here this afternoon, that so many of you deserve that kind of recognition. So we'll be back time and again. Vince has already given me some ideas on who else should be recognized here. We want to make sure that we do that. So often the kind of work that you do is a thankless job. And so that's another thing that we can do in our role as government officials, is to make sure that we're showing some gratitude for what all of you do. So thank you so much. It is an absolutely beautiful building. It is in a perfect location, despite the fact that many government agencies at one point or another thought it wasn't a good location. How could it not be a good location, sitting in the #1 transit hub in the county of Santa Clara? And how could you wish for a better location than that for this kind of facility? Thank you to everyone who was involved in turning this into one of the crown jewels of Evergreen now, and that's what it is. Thank you for that. Thank you for giving me a few minutes to speak. I appreciate it very much. Congratulations.
One last thing I want to say as I was sitting here, additional thanks to Marcy Reyes. Talk about the power behind the member of business staff. She doesn't get recognized enough. And then John and Joel, who have been here countless nights making sure that the building is still here. So wherever you are. So on that note, you know what? Have fun. Plenty of food. Oh, the ribbon cutting. That's right. My apologies. We'll do the ribbon cutting, and then after that, help yourself. Feel free to go through the centers here, the imaging center, the pharmacy, the urgent care, and we'd be happy to show you around. And once again, thank you so much to all of you for all your support, for being here. We look forward to taking care of all of you. Thank you.
At this time, we we would like to ask everyone to step outside, and we witness the ribbon cutting, and then we come back in. Thank you.